Yo, what's good, world? It's your boy Enigma September. This is the Enigma Sept Hour, the podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube. So salute to you guys. I appreciate it. Some of you guys may have already listened to the podcast and want to see the visuals. Again, I appreciate it. Yo, make sure you hit the share button, let people know that you're watching, that you enjoy what you see, as well as hit the like button, comment, and yeah, if you haven't yet, smash that subscribe button, okay? Before we get into it, well, I'm gonna announce the guest later. But so anyway, make sure delete comments. Let me know, because I can't improve the show unless you guys let me know what you like, what you don't like. If it's trash, if it's dope, I can keep whatever and get rid of the rest. So there we go. Again, I appreciate it. And also, too, remember to check out the podcast at www.freedomtrainradio.com, as well as other podcasts that are on that platform, such as The Fix, Lessons from the Screen, and Shelby's World, as well as the flagship podcast, Freedom Train Radio. So shouts out to Shelby, Queen Candace, Pat and Joe, and everybody else is down with the team. I appreciate you guys. And so there we have it. So I'm going to go ahead and start the podcast, start recording. So, yeah. And, of course, you guys can tell, change the scenery. Still trying to find that sweet spot in the new crib. So it is what it is. So let's get started. This is going to be a long one. Boom, 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 and we back. This is your boy Enigma September, and you are now listening to the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. Actually, excuse me, podcast listeners, you've been listening to the podcast for probably a good 5 minutes already. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is episode 94 of the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. The song you just heard was Believe It or Not by my man Tareef Knockout. Shouts out to Tareef. And believe it or not, it's been a lot of things going on. This week has been bonkers. And I know that sounds crazy when you think about how crazy 2020, how insane the year 2020 has been. As far as where I stand, this just has really been a crazy week, man. I didn't think I had much to talk about this podcast episode. That was a lie. So it's gonna be a speed round. We're gonna get through it because I may have a lot to say. You guys know how I do. Anyway, before I get into the news of the week, let you guys know the guest for the week is my man Backpack Beatz. If you've been listening to the podcast, you've heard his name for the past probably 50, 60 episodes. Rather if it was a guest speaking on him, just like last week's guest, that's like Marcel P. Black, or if you just listen to the intro of the podcast and I announced that I got two homies that got other YouTube pages that you guys should check out. One being, of course, Big Low, and then the other being this guy, Backpack Beatz. So shouts out to him. We're finally able to get it together. Be it that my bro moved to Chicago a little over a year ago with his now wife. And no, I apologize. They were married already. And they got married in Chicago, came back, and then moved to Chicago. So it's going to be cool to chop it up with my bro. I got much love for him. And it's going to be dope. So be prepared for that. Again, this is going to be a very interesting podcast. You guys, I hope you guys are entertained, informed, inspired, this array of emotions. Or I could just totally just screw this up. Might happen. Anyway, man, I want to get into it, man, because I was excited, mad excited. Pause. you know, Fridays now is the new album release date, and I was on it. I was actually on it. I know I told you guys a couple weeks ago, like, I think Future dropped, and I was like, I ain't listening to that. Well, some projects that I was interested in dropped, and yeah, I am here to report that there are some dope projects that you can go and listen to after you listen to this podcast, and after you listen to The Fix, and after you listen to just all kind of stuff, all the other podcasts. So, and yeah, Kobe has made an appearance. I'm a pet owner now, apparently. But it's all good, man. Shouts out to Kobe. He'll be all right. But yo, I'm excited, man. First, you got Freddie Gibbs dropped his major labor. I can't talk. Kobe stole my tongue. The cat didn't do it. The dog did it. So my man Freddie Gibbs dropped his major label debut with Alfredo, produced by none other than Alchemist. Dope producers. Need dope producers. Yo, man, Freddie delivered yet again. Basically, dope rhymes, dope beats. What more do you want, right? Fonte, Freddie delivered. Alchemist definitely delivered. I can't even tell you what's my favorite joint. Maybe the one he got with Rick Ross. Now, I feel bad saying that because I feel like a biter, because I know my man Big Low was already fiending for it, as well as my man Jamal Steele. But yeah, it was that joint, and yeah, Rick Ross on it, and Rick Ross is always in pocket. It's kind of funny because Freddie Gibbs is usually in. Freddie Gibbs got a pocket, but he doesn't stay in pocket like Rick Ross does. But he usually finds a pocket. So it was just really dope to see them bounce off each other. He had Beenie the Butcher on there, my favorite guy out of Griselda, as well as what's one other man? Oh, shoot. That's the MC is gonna kill me for not knowing the other Griselda cats. Hey, yo, I gotta make sure I don't play this because I don't want YouTube tagging me. But I'm gonna. You got Rick Ross, named Scotty Bean. I here with these thoughts, but I really wanted Scotty Bean. Yeah, Beanie the Butcher, got Tyler the Creator on here. Conway, that's what it is. So, yo, so if you want any music, I definitely recommend you go and check out the Alfredo joint by Freddie Gibbs. Also, another joint drop, more so of an EP, but I call it an album because he got enough songs. Joel Ortiz and King Cricket, of course, of Slaughterhouse fame. They own fame. The boys was doing their thing before Slaughterhouse. With HARD. And yes, they delivered. It was dope. I think it's about 10 songs, if that, maybe a little less. But they killing it. And even the songs that were kind of off kilter is 8 songs. So we got 8 songs. I think Lovely was on one song that was kind of like, okay, this is kind of different, but it was dope in that it kind of broke the monotony. And not saying that it got boring, but you know, they came hard. The title is true. But with Lovely, it's like they kind of flipped the switch just a little bit. Matter of fact, I don't think they did it. Okay, I guess King Cricket was on it. I thought it was just Joel Ortiz, but yeah, wow. Anyway, yo, they killed it. And even with Lovely, like, it was a good departure. So even if you just kind of all into nodding your head and just like feeling like you're in the middle of Compton and Brooklyn at the same time, like kind of throw you off, like, oh shoot, maybe I'm in Spanish Harlem right now. Like, wait, what? I'm in Venice Beach. What's good? Nah, it's not that different, but it's a good way to break it up, which is dope that he was able to do that. And yo, my third joint, I had time today. My third joint was my man Ghost, not Ghostface Killer. but Styles P, he dropped this joint last week, but you guys didn't realize or recognize that I did the podcast on Thursday last week, so I didn't get a chance to listen to this album and review it. It was my man again, Styles P. I think it was Ghost David, not Curb Your Enthusiasm, Ghost Your Enthusiasm. That's the title of the album. And yo, let me tell you something. Now in 2002, I bought his first joint, right? First solo joint. One of my favorite albums that year, outside of course, the Eminem Show and LP joint. Was it Def Jump? I just talked about it last week. Y'all saw it. This is the last podcast. I talked about the LP joint last week. Regardless, the Styles P debut solo album was my first one of those albums I liked in 2002. And I thought 2002 sucked as a year, right? But Styles P came through on this joint. Man, the flows, he just killing it. And I always thought Styles P was kind of lazy with the flows. He just tried to really hit you across the head with just the gangster shit and just really coming off as like one of the hardest like dudes, pause. But yo, he kicking like all kind of flows on this joint, and as well as still kicking you with the knowledge, still kicking it with you know what I'm saying, the hardness of the streets. Of course, you know, he ain't getting too crazy because he's older now. But it go back to, I know I've said this before, don't sleep on rappers as they get older. And a lot of times we do, because a lot of times we caught up in the hype. You know, we like to think that, oh, this is the most popular person in the world, and we feed into it. But then when that hype die off, a lot of us fall off the fan base, right? But even though we may fall off the fan base, a lot of these rappers get better as they age because that's just what you do. You know what I'm saying? You get a job at 20, you're not gonna be as good as you are at 40. You may not have the energy, you know what I'm saying, as you had at a 20-year-old, but you may be more efficient because you know what you're doing now. You become an expert. You know, you sharpen your skills to the point where you almost do it in your sleep. And that's what a lot of these older rappers, I believe, are doing now. Pretty much everyone I named, from King Cricket, Joel Ortiz, Styles P, and Freddie Gibbs, who's been in the game for about 10 years now. Like, you can't be afraid of not listening to them because they're not in the limelight. Like, yo, these cats really spitting, you know what I'm saying, in their mid-30s, 40s. It is what it is. Which makes me think, shoot, let me get let me get this thing popping. Thinking I'm 39, it's gonna be a wrap for me. Nope, psych. Get it going. Anyway, I ain't got time to waste for y'all. That was supposed to be a blurb, and I went about 5 minutes on that. Shouts out to my baby Felicia. She's not here right now, so I'm dog sitting our dog son. And am I dog sitting? He here. Ain't dog sitting. You don't babysit your kids. Your kids. It is what it is. Well, anyway, she has informed me, and this is, of course, I'm recording this on Friday. You guys will get this on a Monday, so it may be already reported, but this is live. Apparently, they're protesting in Tallahassee at the police station, which is near Midtown Tallahassee right now. So, interesting. I'm going to get into a lot of those things, local and national, in a few minutes. Got to skim through the other stuff because I really thought I was going to spend a lot of time on this other news, and apparently not. Make sure I look pretty. Make sure I look pretty. I don't. Y'all gotta tell me if I look tired. Like, I know I got the raccoon eyes, man. Like my man Harold. I think he hit me up. Yeah, my man Harold hit me up, and he was watching the video of damn, I can't think of that fool name now. I can't think of that fool now. I want to say Arnaz J, but it's not Arnaz J. Golly. Anyway, But yeah, they say I look like him. And if you know the comedian, he known for having raccoon eyes, and I swear that's why his son thought I was that comedian. Because yeah, I need to get his weight off of me. Anyway, let's get into verses. I know some of y'all may be tired of verses. Some of you guys are not. I am one of those guys that is not. I'm not tired. I think it's a good concept. I like music. I like the internet, and then mix both, and that's how it works. So you got the good and the bad, and by this time you should already know which is which. Last Saturday, I believe that was what, the 21st? No, 23rd. Yeah, 23rd. You had Beenie Man and Bounty Killer. Now the last podcast, I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is going to be good in Jamaica. You're going to need a translator to understand what these boys talking about, because I know I ain't really good in Jamaican patois. I'm pretty horrible at it. But, oh, I was way off, like a lot of people. I was way off, and it turned out I thought it was going to be one of those specialty verses, like the gospel joint. When they had John P. Key, who apparently I look like him too. Ms. Robin, looking at you. I know you're not ever going to listen to my podcast or watch my YouTube channel. Versus, what was it, Hezekiah? Hezekiah Walker? Is that a biblical name? I haven't read that deep in the Bible. Y'all know y'all ain't none of y'all read them minor prophets, them last 12 chapters of the Old Testament. Don't play. You ain't read past Jeremiah. But anyway, I thought it would be one of those little side, okay, this is cute, but let's get to the main event. Psych, nope. Best one ever. First of all, they didn't do the traditional live split screen. They were in one building together, and it was essentially a rude boy clash. And all the energy that you can expect from Caribbean artists, from dancehall artists, they brought it. Rather. Somebody probably bought it too. They brought it to the IG, and it was dope. So if you slept on that, it may still be available, probably on YouTube somewhere. But to be there live, it was amazing. They were killing it. So shouts out to Beenie Man, shouts out to Bounty Killer, everybody that was there. The illest joint was apparently some cops pulled up. I don't know if it was a stunt or not, but some cops pulled up, tried to shut it down. Beenie Man looked at bro, was like, yo, you don't want to be that man. You don't want to be that man. We got 5,000 watching us worldwide. You don't want to be that man. And cop proceeded not to interfere, and they went back to clashing and killed it. Amazing. Now for the bullshit that came 2 days later on Labor Day. 112, or what some people call, what they call it, 62? I don't know my math. Oh, 56. That's screw you, non-IB students. I know y'all judging me right now. Oh, I thought he was at IB. I thought he was supposed to be smart. I still got it with a calculator. 50. Anyway, they called 56 because it was only half of 112. And you had Jagged Edge. And yeah, somebody's sound. The sound, again, it was just horrible. They never really got around to fixing it. Then what made it worse, it's bad enough when you have one-on-one. I mean, you saw Luda and Nelly and how it was kind of hard to communicate. Yeah, try to imagine communicating with 4 guys in a room versus 2. And they from Atlanta. Old Atlanta. And they drinking. Somebody was on the hen. Clearly the 112 dudes was on Ciroc. Puffy. I want my money. Yeah, but the sound was bad. And bro, and then plus 112 got it because guess what? They had Puffy. And Puffy wasn't there. Keith Sweat made an appearance. That was the one silver lining through the whole thing. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, granted, it is what it is. And my take was, and what has always been, 112 is what you rocking when you at the club and you hollering at shorty at the crib. Jagged Edge is what you rocking once you finally got into the crib and y'all about to do the damn thing. You know what I mean? But in the public atmosphere, 112 plays better because Puffy made it that way. It is what it is. Jagged Edge is for that smooth time. You sit back, relax. You know what I'm saying? You got the Chardonnay. You got the bubbly. What's the other little? Man, you got some Henny. You got some Henny. Maybe probably smoking some Kush. Trying to get shorty right. That's when you get the Jagged Edge on. Except for Let's Get Married. You don't want to play Let's Get Married. Nah. Anyway, I'm wasting too much time. All right. So, other thing, I thought I was going to spend all day on this one. I thought it was going to be the story of the week. Nope. Psych. So, you got Doja Cat of Say So fame. She had a backlash on Twitter. There was rumors of her participation in a racist chat room. And also, she made a little known song called Didn't Do Nothing, rather. Now, unbeknownst to me, before this week, maybe because I don't sit in racist chat rooms anymore, even to get canceled. Nah, nigga. The phrase is a racist term regarding black folks that complain about police brutality. Fitting. So I went and found the song, and apparently Didn't Do Nothing is basically when you have, okay, so when we complain about black police brutality and you have these people that they get killed or whatever by the cops, and beforehand, or a lot of times early on, like in the early last decade and before then, the media will put out these bad images of these victims, and so they was complaining like, "Yo, like, don't do that. Don't put these thug-looking image of them when that wasn't their life." And so basically, you had these racists who essentially made fun of this fight to make sure that these victims didn't get more victimized through the media by putting these negative images out. In particular, with Trayvon Martin, the media went with this picture of him staring in a webcam with gold grills in his mouth. And it just really painted this image of him being a thug when he actually was a 16-year-old teenager who was attacked by a grown-ass man in the darker night. But it kind of helped try to sway how people looked at him. So apparently, Didn't Do Nothing is a term that these racists came up to kind of complain about that. Doja Cat made a song using the name. People were like, "Hey, these racist." I listened to the song, and it's basically what she said in her apology. She came out and had a statement. She stated that, yeah, she was in certain chat rooms. She didn't participate in the conversations, but when you're in these chat rooms, things fly out. What you gonna do? And she said she used to confront some of the people, or she would just leave. But doesn't mean that she was in these chat rooms being actively involved. I couldn't find any evidence that she was. I saw some chat rooms or some footage of her being in chat rooms. Nothing crazy. It may have been some stuff said, but it wasn't like she was saying anything or she was participating in anything. She was saying some crazy shit, but nothing racist. And also, too, I listened to the song that she made. It was a bunch of gibberish. And I believe what she said, that she made the song to kind of flip the term because she had heard the term so much and she was trying to own it. And that's what it sounded like. So, now granted, I'm known for giving people the benefit of the doubt. It is what it is. So, if you want to say, "Oh, you just sucking a tit," I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't get the magic behind Bitch, I'm a Cow. I had other people that was like, oh, this is dope. She kind of dope. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like the Say So song because I heard it on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter. Heard it on TikTok 1,000 times. But other than that, man, I'm not capping. You know, she ain't nobody I cap for. But being that I'm kind of impartial to who she is, like I didn't see anything that made me think, oh, she on that racist shit. And I really think that a lot of people just talking shit because they either don't like her or they want to get clout for talking shit about her. So you believe what you can believe, research for yourself as far as everything else. But yeah, I didn't see anything in that regard. Anyway, man, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get into the big news of the week, and then we're gonna get into this next song. Of course, the big story this week is the murder of George Floyd. Unless you've been lying under a rock, and like I announced earlier, there's a protest here in Tallahassee, down at Tallahassee Police Department, and protests going on across the country because of this. George Floyd was killed by Minneapolis. Prince is gonna kill me. St. Paul, Twin City. The Twin City of St. Paul. Like, who the hell is St. Paul? Minneapolis police this week, according to. Well, that's why I don't read. I don't read because what the hell am I saying? Anyway, clearly, it was on videotape. The cops held Mr. Floyd down on the ground, resulting in his death. Now, there were 4 cops that were on the scene. There was new footage put out today that there were 3 cops who held him down in the streets. When he was compiling, he was doing everything they were saying, they told him to do, but they still constrained him to the street, putting their knees on him. And he eventually went unconscious. There was a 4th cop that was watching by. And yeah, people were angry, upset, and so that led to protests. Some of that protest, or maybe some splinter group, or maybe some agitators start doing breaking and entering and causing a riot, including the Minneapolis Police Precinct 3 was set ablaze on Thursday night, which was May 28th. Yeah, just craziness. Now, you're like, oh, you trying to call this out because of clout, whatever. Not necessarily the case. Actually, the reason why I felt it was important for me to bring this up, not necessarily for the protests, or not even necessarily because there's another black man being killed at the hands of police, but George Floyd was also known as Big Floyd, and he was part of the legendary Screwed Up Clique that was headed by the legendary DJ Screw out of Houston. And there's been other Screwed Up Clique artists that have verified that he was one of the rappers in the crew, and it's tragic because there's a lot of people from that crew, a lot of people from that culture, that Houston culture, that's passed away. And to think that he moved away from Houston. Apparently, he was trying to get his life back together after some troubles he had been dealing with, and to go to Minnesota and had that happen to him, man, is sad and tragic. I'm not saying that it couldn't happen anywhere, because clearly Black lives really don't matter no matter where you go in this country, or probably in this world for that matter. But yeah, it was a horrific event. I could go deeper into it, but I won't. Just rest in peace to him, and to everybody else, man. Just continue to fight the good fight. Continue to do whatever you can to fight anti-racism in America, in your community, in your presence. If you know someone who, you know, is exhibiting that type of behavior, man. Like, nip it in the bud, because people are dying. People are dying because of it. There's 3 right now on the docket, as far as, you know, from Breonna Taylor to Ahmaud Arbery, now George Floyd. During the pandemic, we're supposed to be inside anyway, chilling, and this is what we getting. So, yeah, whatever you can, man. And part of that too is, now I was talking about this a couple of weeks ago. Like, part of that too is just stop the misinformation or disinformation. Like, don't be so quick to spread information, man, because I know you excited, you seeing stuff and you want to retweet because you think it's the thing to do, or you saw somebody else that did it, or somebody that you like, or somebody you respect, tweeted it, retweeted it, or reposted it. But that can be dangerous on either side of the spectrum. Rather, if you are, you know, Blue Lives Matter, pro-Trump, or if you Black Lives Matter, anti-Trump, misinformation is dangerous for either one. And all it does is continue to separate us, not to separate us as a people, but separate us from the truth and separate us from a true solution to where we can get to. All right. So don't get caught up in, you know, your emotions. Let me rephrase that. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be upset. But also, too, just be mindful of what you're doing in either flaming the flames to make things worse, or flaming the flames to make things better. Because we're all part of the media, not just because I do a podcast. You too. Because you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on, you know, whatever social media app or whatever you use on, you are part of the media. And you have that same responsibility to make sure that you don't put bullshit out there. Point blank, period. So, we're going to take a pause for the calls. Not really going to keep it going, but I'm going to go ahead and play this joint on The Other Side by my girl Tokyo.Extradinaire. She actually got a new video out for a new track. I was trying to get it for you guys, but I wasn't able to. So, yeah, I'm going to give you this one. And I think it's fitting. Yeah, so The Other Side, Tokyo.Extradinaire. This is the Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby. All right, boom, boom, boom. We back. It's your boy Enigma September. This is the Enigma Sept Hour. And finally, got my man in the building, Backpack Beatz. What up, bro?
Peace, peace. What is going on, my brother? How you feeling?
I could be better.
I think, honestly, I think that's all of us around this time. It's been a crazy period. It's been a crazy 2 months, but it's been an even crazier week for real. So
Right.
yeah, so I'm right there with you. Trust me.
Like, I literally said that at the start of the podcast. Was that this it's been a crazy year already.
Yeah.
This has definitely been a crazy week.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna apologize for to my podcast listeners. I love Kobe as my pet, as my new pet, but man, yeah. So I'm sorry if you guys got to suffer through that. You won't suffer through it through the interview. I put his little punk ass out.
Oh man.
He'll be all right. Yeah, he's a good dog though.
Well, what kind of dog is it?
A cowboy pit.
Okay.
And the only reason I know he's a cowboy pit because JC asked me what kind of dog he was last week, and I was like, he a pit bull, I think.
Got you. Sounds like a JC question. So
yeah, that guy.
Word.
But anyway, let me introduce y'all to my brother. This man is a producer extraordinaire coming out of Milton, Florida. Brought his young ass over to Tallahassee to attend FAMU. kind of be like me and stuff. And Backpack like, I didn't even know you did, bro. Came to FAMU, blew it up, did his thing over at 90.5 with what was the name of that radio show?
Oh, the Heart of the City, man.
Heart of the City. I want to say the Essence so bad, but that was my mixtape. Heart of the City. Listen to the joint when I worked at Star Metro. Did his thing there. Actually, also did his thing over at WVFS with me and JC with the Underground Railroad. Learn how to DJ. Produced numerous projects here in the city with the likes of C Red and then Omega Crimson, and got his chops up. Found the love of his life. Went to Chicago to marry her. Came back down, got the rest of his shit, and then went to Chicago and said, "Fuck y'all niggas."
Sounds about right.
But now he's in Chicago doing his thing, producing, making 3 beats a summer, making 3 beats a day for 3 summers, like 3 summers.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And also too, producing video content on YouTube, making me look like a fucking slob, as well as producing video content with his wife Ariel. So without further ado, my man Backpack Beatz, man.
Peace. I'm here. I'm glad for you. Glad for you to finally put me on, man. I feel like it's been like we were supposed to do this like a long time ago. I don't know what happened. Yeah,
nigga, that's what happened.
I'm sorry. But other than that, timing is everything. I appreciate you for, giving me the platform, because usually I'm on your side. So it's rare that I'm on this side. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I mean, first of all, I've been promoting your shit for like the past almost year now.
Yeah.
So people should be familiar. As well as, there's numerous songs that you've made with people. Like even last week, we had Marcel P. Black, and there was a song that you did with him that was on the podcast. I had on the podcast, but yeah, man. I mean, basically, Zoom is the reason why we.
Yeah, word, exactly. See, stuff works out. Stuff works out.
Right. The COVID-19 outbreak wasn't all bad.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to with this whole period, I'm trying to think of the glass half full for the most part, because this is, for a lot of people, this is kind of the first time that you've actually that you're forced to kind of chill for the most part. Like for me, I'm doing 50 million things left and right, whether it's producing or shooting somebody's video, or going to work like a lot of people. And now like I'm forced to just like chill, so I'm able to work on other things to kind of build up what I want to do. So the glass is always half full.
Right. And I mean, for me, that's how I always try to live my life. You know what I'm saying? As much things may look bad or look bleak, but as long as you continue to wake up, just keep going.
Exactly. Exactly.
You die, and it's over.
Yeah, exactly. I remember I was at when I worked at Whataburger. I remember I'm a nice person, like overall already. And so I always ask, whenever people come up, I'm like, yo, how you doing? Blah blah blah. How's your day going and all that stuff. I remember one thing that always stuck out. I don't even remember the guy's name. He was just like, I was like, hey, how you doing? He was like, yo, I'm good. We all he's like, I'm good. We all got the same 24 hours, so and then he said we all have the same 24 hours. I can't get mad about nothing because it's not gonna do anything, so it's got the same, we all woke up, the rest is up to you, so that's how that's one thing that always stuck with me, and that's how I choose to live everything, what I mean?
No, that's real talk. Like, you can sit there and complain, but what's the use? You know what I'm saying? Moving. If something you did, you either change or you deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
So, yeah. So anyway, how is it being in Chicago, bro? I mean, be it that if anybody listen to your beats, it's definitely reminiscent of a certain Chicagoan, also a producer. So has being in that city that created his sound, has that helped you in continue to develop your sound?
I wouldn't say being in Chicago helped me like create like a Kanye sort of vibe, but the crazy thing about Chicago that I didn't realize is that Chicago is just like super soulful. Coming from the South, you think that like all the soul is in the South, but what a lot of people forget and what I forgot is that whenever the Great Migration and all that stuff happened, a lot of stuff was moving from the South to the Midwest, and Chicago was one of those major cities. You know what I mean? So just the overall vibe, the overall culture of the overall Black culture and just culture in general. With everything that comes with being Black, it's helped me refine my sound and really shape like what I'm trying to do now, because like Chicago is one of the top five cities in the US, you know what I mean? But it's just all of these Black people that are here. So when people especially music, just talking about music, when people talk about Chicago, in 2020 at least, they'll mention the G Herbos, the Chief Keefs, and drill music and all of that stuff, but then they fail to realize all of the soul that comes into it as well, because with a G Herbo you're going to get a Kanye, or you're going to get like a Saba or a Common or somebody like that. So it's very well balanced, you know what I mean? And then just talking about music, even like the culture, house music and stuff like that. Like, I make house beats now, you know what I mean? Yeah, like I make house beats now.
I knew about the percolator.
Yeah. The thing is the percolator was the only the percolator and Follow Me, they were the only two house songs that I just like knew before I moved to Chicago, right? And then just seeing the culture and the history of just what that genre of music does for Black people in the world, what I mean? It's just like taking all of those things, taking the music culture, taking the city culture or the blue collar culture, whatever you want to call it. It's like really help, define, and refine my sound, so it works.
No, that's dope. That's dope. Basically, I say this. My only taste of Chicago is I actually had a roommate from Chicago my sophomore year in college. I talked to my man Carl, and also his homie was my best friend's roommate the year before. So he used to tell us about the Taste of Chicago during the summer. Yo, you gotta come up, blah 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 blah. 20 years later, haven't made it yet. Maybe one day soon. So you're in area, make sure y'all save some space for me and Fee.
For sure. You got a spot. Trust me, you got a spot. And then funny thing about Taste of Chicago, I went over the summer or whatever. I went, and to be completely honest, Taste of Chicago is trash, bro.
Yo.
Only reason why is whenever you were in college and people were talking about Taste of Chicago was fire. Now it's just like super gentrified and money hungry for the most part. So I spent, just by myself, I spent a good $50 in like an hour, just because of like how priced a whole bunch of stuff was, and and you don't really get the real taste. It's just that all of the good restaurants are in one place, basically, and they give you like little sample sizes and whatnot. But yeah, I'm cool. I'll pass. Yeah, I'll pass. But there are like super fire festivals, but they're all canceled, because of this whole COVID thing. I was actually looking forward to, because there's one Black, the first festival I went to, it's called the Brew Fest, and it's on like it's on like a major black strip of Chicago, right? Called Hyde Park. And whenever I went, I was like, yo, this is fire. And it was just like, it's just a big group of black people just having a good time with no drama. You know what I mean? And just like when I saw, because like I said, that was like my first real no pun intended, my first real taste of Chicago, right? So, because I had never, in Tallahassee, we ain't got nothing like that. In Pensacola or Milton, we don't have anything like that either. So just seeing just like this just group of black people together, just listening to music, having a good time, and eating good food was super crazy. So we got a spot for you next summer whenever you come up here.
Wait. I got to defend my city a little bit. We do got homecoming, bro. Come on now. We don't act like we got nothing like that.
All right. So, okay. So let's put it like this then. So,
like homecoming all the time? Like you don't gotta wait.
No, not even that. Not even that. So okay, so like I said, my favorite festival is Brewfest. So think of FAMU homecoming, but going from the outermost edge of FAMU DRS, the new FAMU DRS, to the new roundabout.
Okay.
And it's being filled with like a whole bunch of so think of all that. So think of having homecoming here where campus is, homecoming at where the same amount of people where the roundabout is, and the same amount of people where FAMU DRS is.
Yeah, that's great.
Fire. Yeah, it's super and no drama.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm
yeah.
Because that's how we do. But I can imagine Chicago.
Yeah.
Still,
but just know you got a spot. You got a spot.
Pause. You got me excited, dog. Like I ain't I played in the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I go to Chicago. Fools got 600 bodies up there. Granted, I know it's primarily parts in the west side and the south side or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to spend $200 on a plane ticket just to get shot at. So you got me excited to know or to hear that there are parts of a lot of parts of Chicago. I think
that
BS that Chicago is some battlefield. And,
trust it is in the areas where like they talk about. Yeah, it's wild over there, but I've never been over there in my life. You know what I mean? Like since I've been here, but I just think the misconception that a lot of people get about being here is that every TV in America has WGN. You know what I mean? So when you put it like that, like we don't get, nobody gets LA news everywhere unless you're watching like Good Morning America or like something like that. Not even everybody gets New York news, but like I said, everybody has WGN. So like if a city's going to talk about something, then everybody's going to talk about Chicago. But it's really a beautiful place. You know what I mean? So
no doubt. Now, most of us, you know what I'm saying, still down here, whatever, know you as, the producer extraordinaire. But of course, in the past year or so, you've gotten to doing video work and YouTube content. The No More Free Beats, mixtape hour show thingamajig, and also too, was it Beats and it's in my intro. What in the world is it? What's the name of the other joint? Beats and.
That's really it. Beats and what?
What's the name of the smaller content? Not the No Free Beat.
You was just talking about the vlog situation. Vlogging is hard, bro. That was Beats and Vlogs. Nah, it was so the way that my YouTube channel is set up, it's like 3 different things, right? So the DJ Backpack, that's the No More Free Beat show, right? And the Making Beats Backpack, that's that's Let's Make Beats. And then the vlogging backpack was Beats and Vlogs. I've made 3 blogs. I made 3 blogs. Never ever doing it again. I don't know how some of these YouTubers be doing it, bro. Like
They got
it's
time. I know
they have time. It's
but
mhm.
what it
No,
is.
it's they have time, but they also don't. They also feel comfortable with being in public with a camera and a handheld tripod.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I was the first time I tried to blog was at the Brewfest, and I was just like, yo, this is like I don't feel comfortable. Like I like knowing where I'm walking for the most part, and then I don't like having a camera in my face like that in public. You know what I mean? So I've never been comfortable with that. Like even going to school, like I never felt like comfortable with doing all that. So yeah, vlogging's out the picture.
I thought that it would be more comfortable in a place like Chicago because you got so many people that more than likely you probably got even more people that's doing it. So
True.
you would say, oh, well, this is a dude way over here that's doing the same shit. Versus in Tallahassee, you know, you really got nobody just walking around.
This is true.
Whatever.
True. Well, in 2020, you probably see that now with all these college kids trying to be like little YouTube stars and whatnot. But yeah, like I'm good. Like I will say my out of the ones that I've done, my favorite vlog that I've done was going to Sunday service, Kanye Sunday service, because like that's like a once in a lifetime experience, and just to be able to catch that on film, and you know, like it didn't look like I was close, but I was like super close. You know what I mean? So
I was kind of like, can you even see Kanye from here?
nah, see, because what happened, I was actually I was probably like the first like third of people, and where they were, they had a stage, so we ran to the stage, right? But the stage ended up being like the back because they were in like the middle. They were like in the middle of a circle. Right. You know what I mean? So we all saw the stage, so we just like zoomed over there trying to go to the stage, and it was just like the right spot. Yeah, pretty much. But not like I was able I was able to see him, like enough of him, but like, you know, he's walking through the crowd parting the Red Sea like he was Moses and whatnot. But yeah, that experience was dope, bro. That experience was super dope.
And actually, I'll say this, that was interesting, but the one that sticks out to me was actually the joint you did when y'all went to the Apple.
Oh, the Apple Orchard? Yeah.
That was like truly on some vlogging type stuff. Like you really,
yeah.
I really thought you was kind of coming to your own with that one. I was like, okay.
Nah, I'm good. That was actually that was the next to last one that I did. And that's when I realized, I was like, yo, this is a lot of work. Cause with all, cause I wasn't doing the No More Free Beat show then. I was only doing like beats and trying to figure out what else to do, like for my channel or whatever. And vlogging was right there. But now I'm trying to put out 2 videos a week. And if I'm like trying to vlog, and if I'm trying to make beats, and if I'm trying to DJ, like I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I have a job, you know what I mean? So it just takes up a little bit more time than I like. But you know, you might get one, you know, every now and then. So who knows?
Having a job, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I'm working from home now, it's still a job. That's still 8 hours, 9 hours that.
Yeah. Like it's time that you can't put towards what you really want to, you know, what you really want to do or whatever, you know?
Right. So it's just like, yeah, you can be dedicated, and if you really want to do it. Now, I'm like you. Like I wanted to put, you know, more content on my page. Like all I got right now is the Enigma Sept Hour and the Enigma Sept Hour NX, which I only did 4 episodes of that. Granted, the last episode I did is blowing the hell up, giving me, but I just never really got around to it. And then also too, for me, I think we talked about this the other day. Like the video editing is really what stirs me. It's just like I got the GoPro. I try to upload the videos, and it just takes like forever in the day for it to even upload, and even worse to even try to not even upload to YouTube, like upload into the editing.
Yeah.
Try to edit it to do anything, So I can't put it on YouTube. So
Yeah.
that's
I mean, shoot, half of these YouTube stars and stuff that you see, they have people that they pay to edit their stuff. You know what I mean? Like once upon a time, they were editing their own stuff or whatever, but like half of them are doing that or whatever. It's like luckily, this is what like I do for like my normal job. Like I'm always editing videos and stuff. So like it's second nature. But it just kind of doesn't free up my time to do, like really what I want to do unless I'm staying up till 3:00, so.
Right. All right. Well, just let me know. I gotta get on my job. I still want to come up with content. You know what I mean? I do like doing it. Oddly enough, it's in my genes because my grandma owned a camera in the 70s, which wasn't a normal thing. And my parents always had a camera when they were together. So like the last three years of their marriage was like documented on video because we all got a camera in our face. So
yeah. Yeah, I'm the same exact way. My grandfather, he had a camera in the 80s, and he has a bookshelf. He has a bookshelf, probably because it's taller than me, so it's probably about 8 foot tall. And they're all just like they're actually labeled and categorized with like just different VHSs from like I would say from 83 until maybe 98, maybe.
nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember I spent before I moved, I spent an entire summer. I spent an entire summer logging all of that just to get it onto a computer. Cause
So you got the
yeah.
Yo, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel you 100% on that.
Yo, when you get that together, bro, let me know because I ain't gonna front. I got, like lately, I've been having an odd thing about watching like old commercials. I've been doing it for a minute, like, especially lately. Nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? But yo, yeah, to see like old footage, it kind of like remind you of what was happening at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
83 to 98, like that's my memory. That's my childhood memory.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's my memory and my mom's childhood memory. You see what I'm saying? So like seeing all of that is just crazy. And then the thing I'm trying to figure out with my life now is whenever like a lot of people in 2020 aren't going to necessarily have like a bunch of like old memories like that, because you could have all of your memories like stored on Instagram or something like that, but as soon as Instagram folds, you have nothing, you know what I mean? And then whenever you have all of this stuff on your phone, it's easy to lose a phone contact. It's probably even easier to lose a video on your phone. And then you delete all of this stuff whenever you run out of space on your phone or run out of space on the cloud, so a lot of these people now aren't going to be able to experience that because, we don't save things like that anymore. Or we don't think to save things in a physical spot.
You don't. I do. I
Oh, trust. I got like right behind my desk. I have a 3 terabyte hard drive with just like a bunch of videos and stuff. Like
that's why I got 2 laptops and my other shit was slowing up because I had 2012 on that joint. I got a hard drive. Had that from since 05, but I lost like you said, I lost 05 to 08. I think it crashed in 08. I got it from 08 to 2012. Now I keep my shit.
Yeah. Nah, I remember whenever I went to college.
Hey.
Nah, I remember my freshman year, because like I've been making beats since I was like 12, 13, right? So this is like 6th, 7th grade. So I remember my hard drive crashed, my computer crashed my freshman year. And this was the same laptop that I was using at like 07 to like 2011 whenever it crashed. So all of my beats that like I first started out with, like I have nothing. I have like no recollection of it unless I have a scratched Memorex CD of whenever I burned them to a CD or something, you know. But like I have none of that. So after that, I was just like, nah, I can't do this. So I have a backup for a backup. I got a backup at my mom's house just in case.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like I'm a hoarder when it comes to files because I hate losing stuff.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm in the same boat, dog. I got two bins in the spare room back there. I feel like what you got in there? Stuff.
Yeah. Facts. Exactly.
We're gonna do songs, man. Speaking of your beats and stuff, and then we're gonna come back and catch up what you got moving forward. As much as you can have thinking moving forward in 2020, and also too how people can get in contact with you. So we're gonna hit y'all with this Love to Give, which is your joint by yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Though the one joint on my album, Before I Leave, it's on all your streaming platforms and all that good stuff. Anywhere you get music, you can check that out. That's the only song on the album that I am not, or that I'm actually rapping, you know, because a lot of people want me to pick the pen up, and I'm like, nope. So that's what you get.
Bitch, dog. Anyway. Love to Give, my man, Backpack Beatz, and Nothin Like You, Ito featuring Nyticka Hemingway. Oh, I would say Hemingway. Like, who this little country ass motherfucker fucking up my name? Ito featuring Nyticka Hemingway was also produced by my man Backpack Beatz. This is the Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby. All right, boom, boom, boom. We back. It's your boy Enigma September. Got my man Backpack Beatz on the podcast. Listen to the Sept Hour podcast. Like I said, that it is late and I'm getting old. Anyway, what you just heard was Nothing to Give. I mean, Love to Give. My man Backpack Beatz, and then Nothin Like You. Ito featuring Nyticka Hemingway, also produced by Backpack Beatz. Before we get into it, man, and start wrapping stuff up, I just want to let you know I am super proud of you, bro. I've always admired you, from day one, and to see you just grow, see you basically grow up in front of my eyes, front of our eyes, from coming a little, producer trying to make his way to, running your own radio show, becoming a DJ, and then, you're an Ariel doing the damn thing, jumping that broom, and then now doing your thing in the big city. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Nah, bro, I appreciate it though, bro. It's funny. It's funny because like I was thinking about that the other day because all of my super close friends are at least 7 to 10 years older than me, and I've known y'all. Yeah, no, I've known all of y'all for about 10 years for the most part, just seeing because like when I came to fam, when I moved to Tallahassee, like there was no Backpack Beatz or whatever, and then looking at it like 10 years later and seeing like all the opportunities and stuff I have, and just being able to chill with all of y'all, it's crazy.
Devontae Swain, anyway. And it's crazy. Well, I guess I know, because Mama Backpack ain't that much. Hell, she don't know what, like 5 years younger than me. She's not that far age.
Mm-hmm.
So do you contribute? I guess your maturity. Is it because you pretty much grew up with your granddad and him having that influence?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, because like, what's the best way to explain this without telling a long story? So it's got a lot to do with my mom, but it has a lot to do with my grandparents also. Mostly my I don't know, it's probably half and half because coming as a music head, I didn't give my mom the respect that she deserves because nowadays all she listens to is like Mary J. Blige and stuff. But she is like she's a super big music head, or she was at least. Whenever she moved and went to the military, she was stationed in Germany. So she got stationed in Germany in '88, and she has, when I say she has like every popular, unpopular CD that's R&B and hip hop from 88 to 03. She has like everything. She legit has everything. And I still have all the CDs. So like any soundtrack, any album, any maxi single, like she pretty much has like everything. The first album that I listened to front to back and actually remembering listening front to back was Blueprint 1. And the second album that I remember distinctly listening to front to back was The College Dropout. My mom hates Kanye. Like, my mom hates Kanye with a passion, but for some reason I just found that CD in a random cabinet in my mom's living room, you know. Right. And so like that half with my mom like really gave me that like that maturity and that music love. And then my grandfather also, because my grandfather, he's an Army vet, and my grandfather's an Army vet. He's been stationed from anywhere from Germany to Georgia to Arizona. So like having that military background, like if you see me without a hat, I usually got, you know, the military cut going on. And he's a music lover also. He grew up playing the sax. He played the sax in the Army band also. And growing up with his kids, because my mom has a brother and a sister, they all like they couldn't be in the house if they didn't play an instrument. So my mom played the clarinet, so it got passed down to me and my siblings also. Like I play keys and drums. My sister was in piano lesson. She did chorus, and my little brother he played the clarinet also. Played the clarinet for like a year, and then I don't know what happened. But he was a music collector also. Yeah, he was a music collector also. His records got stolen, but he had like crates and crates and crates of music. Whenever he was in Germany, anywhere from jazz to blues, to R&B sort of thing. So all of that, you know, that military background and that music connoisseur, I don't know if connoisseurism is a word, but just like that music love, that's what really, you know, that's what really shaped me out to be, you know, how I am now.
Okay, bet. So it's in your DNA. And basically, definitely being that you had, I mean, because my granddad was in the military fighting World War II. And my dad, he was in the military. He went to, he was stationed in Germany as well. So, yeah, that's what it is. And then, anything for Stas.
Yeah. Now, and then even with my pops, I didn't live with my pops, but whenever I met my dad, whenever I was like 11, 12, and then whenever I talk to him now, he has that love of music also. He's not a DJ or anything, but he has like 50 million CDs of everything also. So just coming from all those sides. And then my mom named me Devontae because of Jodeci, you know, so everything just works out that way, you know?
Right. Yo, I'm saying this was weird. I just thought about you, talking about your pops or whatever. So I didn't think I got my music from anybody, right? Like my parents didn't really listen to much. My mom listened to gospel, R&B, and that was it. Like I had to find a rap for myself. Bro, I like 2 years ago, I'm in my dad's crib, and he started telling me that he used to make mixtapes.
That's like, fire.
Literally used to go in there and
making pause tapes and all that.
Oh, I'm like,
yeah, that's crazy.
When you was gonna tell me that? Like,
that's wild.
37 years old now, you gonna tell me?
Yeah. That's wild.
You know, all this hip hop stuff. You see me on the radio. And only now you want to say, "Oh yeah, I used to go back when y'all went to sleep. I used to go in there."
Yeah, it's funny. throw some headphones on and double tape real quick.
Ain't gonna let nobody know. Anyway, all right. So, like I mentioned before, we mentioned time and time again, it's 2020, and the future though is not totally bleak. It's still kind of you don't really know what's going on. But what do you see or what do you have going on for the rest of the year?
All right, in the immediate future, I'm really just trying to work on my craft just like everybody else. Trying to get some more placements. This year has been a pretty decent year with placements. my man Ito, The Beauty of It. His album just came out, and on that album I got track 3. Nothing Like You was track 3. And then the other producers that are on this album is you got The Alchemist, you got Large Professor, Danger, DJ Green Lantern. I know I'm missing some other people also, but like people like that. So that's the quality of music I'm able to make right now. You know, so just working on getting some more placements, working on some merch also. I got these pay to producer tees that's coming soon. Couple other things as well. Those 2 things, growing the No More Free Beat show also. Growing my wife's channel, So This Happened also. Those are the things in the immediate future. In the distant future, low key it's the same exact thing. I want to turn the No More Free Beat show into I want to turn into an online station also. So just like 24/7, 24/7 able to play some stuff. That's one of the things I'm really working on in the future. But you know, still living in the present and still, you know, gearing up for the rest of the year, just trying to get these placements and, you know, and all that stuff. Might come out with a rap tape, who knows.
What are some of the placements? Is there any placement that you would think that if you told people, they'd be like, oh shit, for real? Or is there any placements that you may have pending that may be like, yo, if I get this, like, this is over the top?
I can't say.
Podcast?
Stupid. No, I can't say because I really don't know. I can't say because I really don't know. I work really close. He's pretty much a mentor at this point. Easy LP. He did Special Delivery for G Dep. He did Uchi Wally for Nas. He did Getaway for Mobb Deep. He's did like records like that. And like we're working like every other day, just trying to get some placements and whatnot. So like I said, I'm working. So I have a lot of stuff that's pending, but like not enough to really say. You know. So.
Let's get it. Also, too, speaking of Easy LP and Special Delivery, did you play them out, little tributes?
I don't play anything. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I don't play anything. I was thinking about it because I did have a fire verse on there. Yeah. But yeah, I haven't played him anything. I don't really like playing him anything.
Like, not even on the tip of trying to get on, but just be like, hey, so me and my buddies.
Nah, I ain't want him to say nothing. So I was just like low key until you said something, I kind of forgot about that joint because that was so long ago. You know what I mean? I was like 2013, 2014. I mean, we recorded that at my crib.
That was yeah. I dropped my project 2015, so 2014. Yeah, 2014.
Yeah. I remember we y'all they came to my crib and we had recorded that. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't them people be judging me. I was alright. I don't care. I was alright.
Yeah, that was right before I dropped Mochilla because I was like, Mochilla 2015 to change hip hop. Yeah. I remember when I said that. Yeah, so yeah. Too bad I don't spit like that no more, man. Yeah.
You sleep on yourself, bro.
No, this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm gonna tell you like this. Like, I have a bunch of unfinished verses, right? Like I'll get like the 12 bars and I'm just like, yo, I'm good, right? Cause that's low key why I really stopped rapping for real. Because I like to experience life and that's how I kind of like write my verses or whatever once I've like experienced some stuff. But I'm really sensitive. Like I'm super sensitive, right? So I try to make stuff that like my friends will like, but I also try to keep in mind like I don't want my mama judging me, being like, yo, you cussing too much and all this stuff. Or or like why are you talking? I want my grandma coming to like, yo, why are you talking about this and all this stuff. So I was just like, I'll just make beats. Cause I was really just rapping just to get on stage and be like, I made this beat, and that was it.
Y'all, like your flow, your cadence, like all of that. You know what I'm saying, you keep it metered and you have substance. Like, I ain't saying that, you know what I'm saying, you was the next, lack of a better comparison, Kanye. But like, bro, like, yo,
I'm gonna tell you who I'm trying to be though. Cause I am working on some stuff. I'm really trying to be Pete Rock. Like I'm really trying to be Pete Rock, because like Pete Rock doesn't necessarily have like the introspective songs and all that stuff, right? But you know that he has bars, like, and he can rap when he wants to. Right. So like I'm trying to like carve out my lane like that. So some stuff is coming. Some stuff is coming.
Hit y'all with something like, oh
yeah,
no,
exactly,
nigga, I know.
But it's coming though. We working.
Yeah, that one joint was. My mom's told me to get my masters. That shit still hit, nigga.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite song, bro. That's my that's the favorite my song that I like really just like stays with me for real. I remember I was writing that. I wrote that the summer after my sophomore year. And that was like, you know, like I was trying to figure out like life plans and all of that stuff. And that's what I'm saying, like comes that life experience, you know what I mean? Like whenever that's my favorite time to write, whenever, you know, after I experience some stuff like that. So yeah, so anytime I do a show, I don't care if it's like 2025, like I'm like that's a song that, you know, I'm going to do, because that's one of the songs that really hits, you know, that really hits me the most, you know what I mean?
Well, that definitely hit me, bro. Straight up. I'm on,
Thanks.
Man. I'm old now, so man, it's all right. Nah, nigga, that's I said to tell off that shit, my nigga. Straight up.
Thank you. I shed a tear writing it, so it's all good.
All right, serious inquiries only, because my man's really out here doing shit. But if you can go ahead and give people your contact information, but again, y'all on bullshit, don't do it. You can follow his socials when he give it to you. Be a fan. But if you're trying to get on, be about your shit, because my man is really out here doing it. All right? So if you could, go ahead and let the people know how they can get in contact with you.
Word, yeah, because after 2020, that price might go up. Because if this stuff falls in the way that it's supposed to fall in, and that price is... Nah, but on a serious note...
podcast and shit, Joe Budden.
Stupid. Nah, but on a serious note, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, back_pack_beats with a Z. You know, the SoundCloud is kind of dry, but you can look me up on SoundCloud, Backpack Beatz. Go to the YouTube channel, search Backpack Beatz. Also, just search the No More Free Beat Show. Every Wednesday, you know, I'm doing a 1 hour mix. Once I get some better Wi-Fi, we're gonna take it live also. So stay on the lookout for that. Get my album before I leave. It's on everywhere that you get music. I prefer you go to the Bandcamp, just search Backpack Beatz, buy the album there. Because I'm always preach about streams versus, you know, album sales or whatever. So yeah, support the boy on the Bandcamp. Everything that I drop is always there. And just stay on the lookout for some of these other placements that I got coming, because we working on some stuff for sure. So that's where you can get at me.
No doubt, because I ain't gonna lie. I listen to well, of course, I listen to golly, I am tripping. What else? Listen to Joel Ortiz joint and King joint. Listen to the Freddie Gibbs joint. And listen to the Styles P joint today. I ain't gonna front. I low key want to look. I know with Freddie Gibbs, that's all acronyms. But the other two joints, I'm like, let me check and make sure Backpack ain't got no fucking.
Trust you would have seen on Instagram or Facebook if I was on there.
Oh,
for sure.
That was all three of them projects, bro. Like you could have got on them shits. Even shit, even with Alchemist. You could have
Trust, it's coming. It's funny because I always go back to Ito's album because that's the newest placement that I got. My track is right before Alchemist produced joint. You know what I mean? So it's like it's after a Static selected joint, I think, and it's right before Alchemist joint. So trust, like something like that is definitely coming. It's on the way. So stay tuned.
And I'm gonna continue to pray for you and continue to support you. Support you and Ariel. Like I said, even when her show pop up, all I'll do is watch YouTube anyway. Phil tell you. Like,
Trust me, I don't have cable, so I'm the same exact way.
It was the other day, her joint popped up. I think it was during lunch period, like boom. And
yeah,
kind of cool because Phil had tried to make some apple fritters like maybe like 3-4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Fee.
Tell her to try the recipe, bro, for real. Tell her you can honest because it's only 4 videos right now. So tell her to try the apple fritters. If you like salmon, or if you're trying to like do like a healthy thing or whatever, tell her to check out that one. Cause
we only eat fish over here, so
definitely do it then. Because what I'm trying to get her to do is because Ariel's a great cook, like she's an amazing cook, right? But her meals are like really simple. Like most of the stuff that she does is really simple, but the way that she plates it and the way that she does it is just like super, super tight. So it's kind of like a balling on a budget sort of thing.
Right.
So definitely do that as soon as you go outside. Is Florida pretty much wide open at this point, or?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm still working from home and I work for the state. Schools.
Got you.
School is over with now, so.
So tell her to try it then. So what next time you go to Publix, just get a salmon.
Let me say this though, because I actually Fee was trying to flex. So he was like, "Oh, she using a little mix or whatever." She was like, "I made mine from scratch." Oh my bad, baby.
Because the thing is, she made it from scratch. Like, so whenever she was testing it, she was like, she was gonna make it from scratch originally, but she was just like, yo, I don't feel like doing this, so let me try with the pancake mix. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just balling on a budget.
Get Erin her props. I'm gonna let can do it from scratch. He was just doing it for TV.
Pretty much. And it's just like, yo, because like there's a bunch of fancy stuff that you can do, but sometimes you just don't feel like it. You know what I mean? So on those days when you don't feel like it, just pour that pancake mix out and you'll be good to go. Yeah. But before we get out of here, I can't get off of here without saying that I'm proud of you and Fee also. With Florida not, or with fam canceling homecoming, it's kind of messing up my plans a little bit. So I'm if we're able to get out and be like together, I'm gonna definitely try and come out, man. But if not, I'm proud of y'all either way. You know what I mean? So
we don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say, hold on to your seats.
Or at least just make sure you got the registry. Make sure you got the registry, and I'm a definitely show love one way or another. I'm just glad my boy growing up. My boy all grown up.
I'll call myself out because I still need to. Hey, low key, I've been trying to do the promo. Like, let me make up.
Nah, but for I'm proud of y'all, man, and I'm excited for what the future holds for y'all, man.
I mean, granted, even though you my little bro, you know what I'm saying, I look up to what y'all doing. I've been trying to tell people, look, you know what I'm saying, don't be worrying about, I'm too young, do it. Because granted, you don't want to be no 40-year-old grown. I mean, you want to be, but it's kind of embarrassing. I love being married, but I'm about to be 40, dog. So anyway, we're gonna get up out of here, bro. I love you. Thank you for doing this. We didn't even scratch the surface and all the stuff that you've done or doing. So hopefully I can get you back on soon. But yeah, we're gonna get up out of here. To everybody's listening, wide open in June. So anybody out there who want to be a guest, just hit me up. Also, too, RIP to Natasha, Tony, McDade, and Malik Jackson. Unfortunate events that happened down in Tallahassee this week. But I will say this, and I really want to go into a deep dive into it, but I don't have the time now. But this, if you take away anything from that situation, is don't judge a book by its cover. You never know what people are dealing with, what people are going through, and sometimes these events are really a reaction or a symptom to deeper emotional scars. So, yeah, man, that's all I got right now. This is the Enigma Sept Hour. It's your boy Enigma September, and we out. Peace. Love to you.
Peace. Thanks, man.